In this build guide, I'm going to show you how to make a super treehouse. This thing is super cool. Another reason that you might want a treehouse is, as far as I'm aware, treehouses are completely immune to cannibals. So I've never had a cannibal get onto a treehouse. They don't attack the trees and knock them down. Overall, treehouses are completely invincible. So in this particular video, I'm going to show you a method where you can make an actual super treehouse. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is pick a tree. Now, I'm going to do this tree on this island because I just think it'll be cool to have one here. This island's right here. This is my favorite place to build in this game. And we're going to make a gigantic tree house. So make sure to like and subscribe, by the way, if you enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So the very first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to have to make a tree platform. Now, if you are doing this in a forest, you're probably going to want to clear out all the trees first before you go ahead and put down this platform. Or you could put the platform, but you got to clear the trees out to make room for what we're going to make. So the biggest thing here is you want this to be low enough to the ground that you can still like build on it, but you don't want it so high off the ground that you don't want it too high. So in my case, I'm going to try to put it, say, right here. All right, and now I just need to build this thing, and then we'll see if I got the height correct. If not, I'm going to have to either dismantle or pick another tree. Although I never found a way to dismantle tree houses. Even grenades don't work because they'll just knock the tree down. So ideally, before you commit to something like this, save your game and then do this, just in case it won't let you. Just in case it won't let you do what we're gonna do here. So now what I need to do is get some logs up there. So we're gonna throw some logs up there, and go up here and take a look at this. So let's see how high up we are. So we can actually connect the sides right there. That's too high though, unfortunately. So this platform would probably be too high, but that could just be because of the water. So one thing with this one, in order to build on this particular tree, I am going to have to only do it in winter because I need this water to be solid. I need to be able to build on this water. If you do this in a normal forest, which is what I would recommend doing, honestly, you could just build year-round. But in this case, I will have to wait until winter. So I'm going to go sleep in a bed for a few days and turn it to winter. Okay, so now it's winter. I'm going to go up here, and now I'm going to see if this tree house is too high or too low. It looks like the treehouse is still too high, but there actually is something we can do about it. I think we only need at least one of these to be able to go to the ground like this, and then we should be able to build off that, because all we really need is to maintain the same grid pattern. Before we go further, I want to point out, though, that we're going to need a lot of logs for this. Even if you're building in the middle of a forest, you're eventually going to run out of logs, so you're going to want to bring them in with zip lines. Or you can do log duplication exploits, and if you want to do log duplication exploits, there's links for those in the description of this video, how to do it single player and multiplayer. But if you were not going to use log dupe exploits, then what you would probably want to do would build something along the lines of this, and then what you could do is build a log storage underneath of this, or right beside this. I can't really get this to fit very well. There we go. And then you could take a zip line and you could attach it like kind of high, but kind of low right above it, just right above it. And then you can attach this to some distant place where there's still trees to cut down. And then you can put logs on the zip line, and they'll go straight into the log storage automatically on their way in. So now that we have this set up like this, we can go ahead and lift this. And now we have our grid pattern. So we just need to build everything off of this grid. So I'll be able to build this up over like this, and then keep on going and surround this thing entirely with a giant square. And now we have this beautiful square around the tree house, but we have an issue, which is that the height is not correct. So in order to do this, we have to get the height to be the same as the tree house itself to get everything level. So in this case, we're going to have to use a combination of quarter logs and half logs in order to bring up the height. Now, we don't need to do these corners. We mainly just need to do the pieces that are directly adjacent to the tree house's corners. So once you're done with that, you'll have something that looks remotely like this. So now we're going to do this, lift that one up. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to put on full-size logs in order to connect all these side angles. So now you should have something that looks like this. So what we have to do next is we have to put logs on all 4 of these corners. Now you should have something like this. Next, we have to put these down and either lift the corners, or what might be easier depending on the height would be to jump up on here and just smack it down, because what we really are after are these shapes. And now you should have something that looks like this. And from here, we can start doing the advanced tech to build out this treehouse and make it gigantic. Additionally, you should know that you can connect this treehouse we're making to other treehouses using rope bridges, but then they won't be on the same grid. So ideally, we're just going to build one giant megalithic treehouse, but just know that you could build more than one giant megalithic treehouse and connect them with rope bridges. So when cutting down a forest to make room for one like this, if you want to do that, make sure you leave nearby trees so that you can later on, expand your treehouse empire. So now what we need to do is cut some half logs. And we're going to take these half logs up, and on each one of these, we're going to come in and we're going to place a strut. All of these will need struts added. When you're done, it should look something like this. You'll see all these struts. So now that these struts are here, we can run around the outside of this and we can pick up these outer support beams. And this is where things will start to get really crazy. Now you'll have this really weird shape like this. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to go and extend out from one of these and bring it up even higher. So we're going to have to bring out another layer like this, and then we're going to have to level it again with whatever log we need. So in this case, I guess a half log for this particular one. So put that down and then come up here and then add a brace right here for the half log. I don't know if I actually need that brace or not. We're going to go up here, smack that down. And now we can go up here and we can cross that over like that. Now we're going to have to extend this out another layer so that we can get up on top of there. So to do this, it's a pretty simple process. So let's go ahead and put this down. We'll put this down. We'll put a half log on top of here. We'll grab more logs. We'll lift this end up. And then we'll attach like that. Grab another log. Attach like that. Like that, and now we can get up here and we can build up the next layer of this thing. So now what we can do, we can stick one right here, and then from here we can throw down another one right here. So we'll just go ahead and put this one right here, because there's no guarantee it'll let us do that angle. Sometimes it glitch out, so we'll just do the guaranteed one. Just put a straight one and then cross another one right here, and then we'll take a half log and we'll go up here and we'll try to jump across and add a strut right here. And now that we have that strut, we can lift off this one. And now we're extending out sideways from our original treehouse. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process and build this thing out on all sides. I'm going to show you one more time just so you can see it. I built another brace out like this on this next one over. Going to attempt to jump up onto here and then get up here with a half log. And we can build out a strut right there. And now we have another one that's sticking out. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them on this layer. Actually, on second thought, I have one more tip for you before I finish building all this out. You can actually save a lot of time and effort by just building sideways on each one. So you can do in groups of 2. One's going to be annoying, and the other one you can just build out from its support beams like that. And then you use way less time and effort in order to build up the second one. Then you can go up here and then add on the strut and then tear down everything that you need to tear down. So now we got the second layer built out. Takes a lot of time to do it, but it's worth it to have this really awesome tree house. I guess I'm going to go ahead and build another layer out, and then we've got to solve a serious problem, which is what way do we want to approach entering and leaving this base? I'll build out another layer, and then we'll talk about our options as far as ropes and ladders and rope bridges and all sorts of stuff. So I got another layer built out now, and I was thinking about what I said earlier, and instead, I think it's probably smartest to just build it out like really far first. Although another thing that happens is running out of logs. You could put log storages up on top and things, but really I always end up building from the side when expanding it. So I might as well just stay on the ground, bring logs down here, and just keep on making these supports. Also about this, we have this issue of all these hideous supports. These are not going to be here in the end, but I'm leaving them for now because I really just don't see a reason to remove them right now. So I'll just wait till the very end and then remove all the scaffolding. I'm going to keep expanding this, though, a little bit more. So that's about as high as I want to build because my bridge is blocking me from building any further this way, and there's a tree house that's about to block me on this one. I really don't want to cut down that tree. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out all these support beams now, and then let's talk about how we can actually access this thing. Keep in mind when pulling out the support beams for this, I'd highly recommend starting from the top, or else we could run into some serious issues. So always go top down. So I was almost done with the teardown, realized there's this weird bug because of the incorrect heights. But it'll let me. Alright, so I put down a half log, and then it lets me put another half log like that. And then, I don't know. So then we have to build like a strut right here to try to fix it. And then, like, I don't know, man. It's totally bugged out. I was able to tear everything up on this side and then put down one of these and do a strut. This is a very dangerous situation we found ourselves in, but I'm playing on single player, so I try to save and load my game, and yeah, this thing's just totally bugged out down here, so I'm gonna see if I can fix it by just putting struts down, like invisible struts, I guess. So I tried a bunch of things and saved and loaded a few times, and this is totally bugged out, and I'm gonna try a weapon of last resort here, which is to throw a grenade over here. See what happens. All right, I'm gonna try again and see what happens. So it destroyed the one side. So I think that we're going to have to leave some of this buggy stuff. I think I should have been removing struts as I go. Lesson learned, remove them as you go, or else you could run into issues like this. So I removed everything I could, and it left me with this very asymmetrical, strange base. So definitely when you're doing this, like I said, remove it as you go. Don't just leave all the struts and come back at the end. So I decided we need to add more volume to the treehouse, so I added back some struts right here, or supports, and I added a strut to the corner like that, and then I can go up here, and I can remove the pieces underneath, like this and this, which I should have been doing the whole time, going as we go like that. But now we have more volume. I'm going to go ahead and do this to add more volume to the treehouse. And to repeat the process, it'll look like this. We added the strut I got over here, I add these struts right here, and now we have even more volume to the corner of this thing, and in order to do this I'm gonna have to build up another one over here. I was able to do a similar thing as earlier. See, I just built one little thing by going up and jumping down over and over again, and now we can go ahead and put these ones in, and now we've expanded the volume of this even more. Now we have quite a bit more volume to this tree house, so that was totally worth it. Let's go ahead and climb up onto here. Now, temporarily, we're just going to have to use a bunch of ropes to get wherever we need to go. In order to do logs, we may have to use zip lines. We have to do a lot of weird stuff to try to build around in here. So what we can do as a temporary thing is we can put ropes everywhere and go up and down with them. So I'm going to put a rope here, climb up this, and then we're going to go over to... Okay, we're going to go up the rope again, and we're going to go over here, and then we're going to try to put a rope on, say, right here, and then we'll be able to get up right there. We'll be able to... We don't even need that one, actually. We're going to put one up here, and then climb up. Now we can go all the way from the ground to right there, and now we can just put one right here, and then pick that one up instead. And now we have this rope, which will take us all the way from the ground, all the way to the top. And now what we'll do as a temporary thing is we'll attempt to just tack on a rope bridge somewhere. So I'll try to put on a rope bridge right here and connect this rope bridge to my other tree house. Or maybe I'll just make a little thing on the ground for it to attach to from right there down to there, just so I can bring logs up manually. So I built something down there. Now we can go ahead and do that. Try to get down here without breaking our legs. And then we can go all the way over to here, and then we can tack this on to right there and right there. Now with the rope bridge complete, we can just walk up here whenever we want, and we can start building out different platforms on here. Once we build some kind of platform on here, then we can build log storages with zip lines and just zip line the logs up here to us. Alright, that looks pretty good for now. I'm going to leave this right here for a moment just so I can get back up here whenever I want. And we're going to put the first rope down right here if it'll let me. Hopefully that did it. And now we can go down all the way to the bottom and then climb back up to the top floor whenever we want. But we can temporarily build something like this, although I never learned how to, if there's even a way to destroy structures like this, the pre-built little log storages. So if there is, let me know in the comments. I can never figure it out if there's a way, but if not, that's going to suck. They're going to be here forever. But either way, now we can bring logs up here more easily. We can do this. We can go ahead and stick a zip line maybe up to right there. And then we can zip line it over to the forest there, and then we'll be able to bring logs in. Now the zip line's attached, you could easily take logs up to your log storage. You just ship them on the zip line like that. And unfortunately, they're not here. So apparently I put this zip line a little bit too high. Let's try putting it right here instead, or maybe even right there, and see if that works. All right, so that time it worked. It put the logs straight into the log storage. That'll make building a lot easier for some of you. So I decided to make these elevated towers on these parts because there's nothing else to do with these. So what I'll be able to do now is I'll be able to use these as zipline structures. So I'll be able to zipline this and connect it down to something over there and be able to zipline back and forth. So this will give me 4 zip lines total that I'll be able to use, although that looks perfect. That's perfect. All right, so we'll just fly into the base like that whenever we come in from any of these 4 angles. Now I decided to put guardrails everywhere just so I don't accidentally fall off. Even on the stairs now, I don't have to worry about falling off. And I moved the rope up. I fixed this floor. I put the rope on here for now. Maybe I'll just leave that. And really now I just got to work on the interior. I think the smartest way to do this would be just to build another rope bridge like the other one over there. I'll just do one from here down to there. Okay, with this rope bridge built, it will be a lot easier to work on the next floor down. I completed this floor, so now I'm going to go down. I'm going to try to get down here and do another floor. And again, just as a temporary thing, I'm going to have to build another rope ladder from here down to the ground. And with this rope bridge complete, I should be able to build out this floor pretty fast too. To be honest, I think the rope bridge took more effort than actually building out this floor. There wasn't very much to it. Now, as convenient as these rope bridges are, I think it's time for me to finally get rid of them. I'm going to replace them with ropes that can climb up. So the way to get up here is going to be zip lines and normal ropes. But when you make one of these, if you do, you may just want to leave them even though they're kind of ugly, just because they are a lot more convenient than using a rope. So I deleted the rope bridges now, and I decided to go with this system. So I have 3 different ropes, one for each floor, all in a line, and each floor is designated with a different size log. So a half log is the second floor, 3/4 log is the third floor, and a full log is the 4th floor. So we can go on any of these ropes, and we can climb up to the designated floor. Now I just need to make an internal way to be able to change floors. Well, I finally decided on 2 different ways. One was there's an internal rope system right at the base where it's designated by torches. So all you gotta do is look up. That's the first floor. You can see the torches for the second, and the third one has no torches. So that's one way to do it. But then I have this other way that's more guaranteed, which is you can go in this right here and go down to the second floor. And then there's a hole right here to go down to, well, that was the third floor. Now we're going to go down to the second floor. And then on this floor, you can go back down right here, down to the first floor. And more or less, I think our treehouse is actually complete. Let me go ahead and show you around. It's a shame about that base. You guys can avoid that mistake by removing the supports as you go while building this out in the beginning. So we got some dining up here, these log stores, so we can bring in more logs in theory. We have zip line right here going to the forest. We have a zip line right here that connects to my zipline fast travel network that goes across the map in less than 9 minutes. We have this right here, which is the rope to get down. We also have a rope to get down right here to the 3rd floor. 3rd floor has storage, some places to sit down, a bed, another way to get down to the bottom floor, and then we can go down here to our 2nd floor, which I didn't really put anything. I was thinking about putting standing planters, but I'm just going to leave it for now. And we can also get down right there, or we can drop down to the 1st floor, which has ropes going up, designated by torches, what floor they go to. And then we could also get down right here. And then we have the ropes leading up to each floor. The half log leads to the 2nd floor, 3/4 log goes to the 3rd floor, and the full-size log goes to the top floor. So we can use these to climb back up to whichever floor we want when we first head over to here, or we could zip line into the top floor if we wanted. I could add zip lines to each floor, but I probably won't do that. So that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you out. This was a pretty crazy build. It was pretty fun to make, honestly. Although it was only I'd fixed the bottom, but it was too late by the time I realized what the bug was going to be. Hopefully it'll be fixed in later versions. If this video helped you or you enjoyed this video, check out the description of this video for other Sons of the Forest videos. I have all sorts of build guides like Ocean Village Guide and advanced building guides, log dupe exploits, just you name it. There's tons of stuff down there for you to play around with. Also, if you want to support me, just go check out Art Gallery Simulator on Steam. It's a game that I'm making. There's a link for that in the description of this video. Just go there and wishlist it, and that would help me out a lot. But this has been my advanced treehouse guide, how to make a treehouse fortress off of a single tree in Sons of the Forest.